And welcome in to another edition of A Closer Look. I am your host, Dwayne Nelson, and with me today on the show is my friend, Executive Director of Good Samaritan Ministries of Johnson City, Mr. Aaron Murphy. I'm glad to see you.
Thank you, Dwayne. I'm glad to be here.
Always good to see you. Talk about Good Samaritan Ministries, how long it's been around, and what you all do and what is all involved in what you do.
Definitely. Good Samaritan Ministries is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1985, and we specialize in homeless prevention, serving the homeless, and promoting the love of Jesus Christ. Last year we had over 158,000 homeless prevention cases and counting, and this year our statistics are increasing. But we're blessed to be in this region and serving people.
Do you find that the problem of homelessness is continuing even as we fight it and it's more prominent on the minds of folks these days?
Definitely. We find that at times people get in hard situations where your funds are tight. You cut corners. What's the first to go when you're hungry? You take from your electric bill money or your water bill money or your rent or what have you, so that you can put food on the table. Just people get in tight spots, and then that's the ripple effect and a snowball effect rather, and people find at times they're facing eviction because of some unexpected bill or circumstances that they encountered, and they find themselves on the verge of homelessness. So we, Good Samaritan Ministries, with the help of the community, we step in to prevent that from happening, because once they become on the streets, it's a whole nother problem that the community must face. So the goal is to keep them in their homes. The goal is to cultivate the family atmosphere for children that are growing up these days, that they have both parents, father and mother, and in other cases, partners in the homes. But we want to make sure that the home stays together because we understand that it takes a village to raise a child.
Now, you basically, you help these folks through food and finance and that sort of thing, but you actually kind of help these folks get a plan together.
Definitely. We help with rent, utility assistance. We have food pantry, a counseling center. We have a ongoing program located at the Melting Pot called the Shepherd's Meal program, where it provides 2 meals a day for those who aren't able to provide for themselves. But we specialize in giving a hand up, because if we're helping you with these services, there are cases where we require you to go to budget counseling classes. If we find that you've had some mismanagement of your resources or some unacceptable stewardship that has taken place, and we want to make sure that we're teaching people how to fish rather than just giving them a fish. If you give a man a fish, he can have a meal for a day, but if you teach him to fish, he'll have meals for a lifetime. And that's what we're all about.
Your mission statement would read as what?
We're a nonprofit organization that specializes in emergency needs through education, mentoring, and social services.
Now, you've got a back-to-school program, and that's going on and has been going on in July, and then it's continuing in August. And how can folks be a part of this, and what does the back-to-school program essentially do?
Yes, sir. Our back-to-school program is geared towards gathering and resources for children who are on a low-income status, families of low-income children, or rather children of low-income families, excuse me. So we raise support so that they may have 3 pairs of school clothes, backpacks, school supplies, crayons, pencils, paper, folders, the whole 9 yards. We make sure they have these resources together so they have a good learning environment during the school year. Kids grow over the summer, right? For instance, I grew leaps and bounds. Right. So me wearing the clothes from the prior year were not an option. I grew tall and wide, rather. And when kids are in elementary age, they grow. So, but parents aren't able to provide clothing for them, or let alone the other resources that are needed for their learning. So we come together and we provide that opportunity for families, for their children, especially families who may be strapped in their income with respect to providing food as well. Families whose children are on free or reduced breakfast and lunch during the school year. During the summer months, they have difficulties as well because they're not getting that during the school years during the summer. And we've had that experience right. already. But now when school starts back up, now they have to worry about, okay, my child needs a pair of shoes, they need a pair of clothes, they need a backpack, and other necessities so that they have a nice learning environment during the school year. My sister's a school teacher, and I dialogue with her a lot, and she was sharing with me that some of her not classmates, but students rather, will sit in the corner and not say anything, and they won't voice to you, hey, I don't have paper, or I don't have a pencil. I mean, you're talking about kids in the 2nd, 3rd grade, and they'll sit there, and they won't say anything because they're too embarrassed. And you find out, what's the reason why you don't have these? Well, we just don't have the money. My mom said she just didn't have it to get. Mm-hmm. Kids will borrow paper and pencil from each other, and you really don't know why. But we as Good Samaritan Ministries, we want to make sure that kids have what they need so that they have a good learning environment. Kids shouldn't have to worry about clothes and, right. Your shoes don't fit. Mm-hmm. Or kids can also be one of the most loving humans on earth, but also not so loving. Yes. So kids being bullied at times right. Because of your clothes that don't fit or things of that sort. We want to prevent that. And I know that you plan on helping as many as you can, but what is your ultimate goal to try to provide during the back to school program? Our ultimate goal is to make sure these kids have what they need, that they are motivated, they're not bogged down with worry, shame, not feeling good enough because of the lack of resources. So you're looking at about 1,000 kids yes,
to
sir.
help this time?
Yes, sir.
Now, if churches and other organizations, companies, or individuals want to step in and assist, that's going to make it possible for more kids to be helped.
Definitely, because we have a waiting list. And if school has already started, in some cases, I know school is going on now, we're still collecting supplies and school clothes for kids that are in desperate need. But churches can get involved. They can do backpack drives, school paper drives. Mm-hmm. They can do a shoe drive, clothing drives. Businesses as well, they can get involved. They can do drives as well as in addition to a corporate level sponsorship package that they can be a part of, which would provide a lot. But people can be involved. Donate a day. We got a $1 a day campaign that we're in the midst of at Good Samaritan Ministries. Provide $1 a day will help prevent homelessness in Upper East Tennessee. We serve 9 counties, which is very important. People from all the way from Morristown, Tennessee to Abington, Virginia. We see those from those areas come to receive services because they're in need. you know, the need is great, but outside of all those things, the love of Jesus is our number one product. We want to be his hands and feet in this region to bring forth change, not only in our community, but all over the world.
Well, and the fact of you're saying $1 a day, and the great thing about it is that money stays here and it helps people in our communities.
Definitely, definitely. There are many who believe in foreign missions, and I'm an advocate of foreign missions, but there is missions right in your backyard. There are people right in your backyard that have great needs, and we as Good Samaritan Ministries we are missionaries here in Upper East Tennessee to prevent homelessness in our area. Sometimes we're farsighted, meaning we don't see what's right here in our area because we're too focused outwardly. But the need is here. The need is great. And we have checks and balances. When people come to receive assistance, we have a thorough background check. We will check your finances. We will check if you've been to other agencies or organizations to receive help. There's an online national database that we're tapped into called Charity Check, and we will log your information. If Dwayne Nelson came to receive assistance and we felt that you were a great candidate because of your situation and circumstance, you will go on an online database that can be accessed by anyone.
All right. We're going to talk more with you, and we're going to talk about how successful the backpack program was this year too. And we'll be back with Aaron Murphy, the Executive Director for Good Samaritan Ministries in Johnson City.